What up, what up, what up? This is Mike, the philosopher, here with another ranking from the legend, Kevin Samuels. Okay, all I ask is that you hit the like, share, and subscribe for more great content. Let's get into this one, y'all. Check this out.
Cannot say what's wrong or right.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, hi. Now we're
Mm.
Hello?
hello.
Yeah, your wireless is doing something right now.
I'm actually going over this hill, but I'm coming down right now.
How old are you?
I'm 26
All
from
right.
Hollywood, born in Hollywood and raised in North Hollywood.
Okay. What are we talking about?
Um, I mean, I saw your post earlier about, like what do women have to respect for men, and let's talk about that.
When did you see this post? Today?
I saw, yeah, it was somewhere along the lines of that.
No, I asked about if you're not a productive or competitive, thus successful man, why should a woman care about what you think?
Right. Let's talk about that.
Why won't you build a suggestion box and put that in there? Let that be your activity, okay? I got this.
Do you have a man?
Um, no.
Um, no. That remind me of my boy, may he rest in peace, Tracy. I'm sorry, Patrice O'Neal. You know, she's coming in already, very combative. Kevin made a comment about why should a woman care, about you and what you think, and she could not wait to call in and talk. Let's talk about that topic. Long as you ain't talking about women, you talking about men. Let's talk about that. I ain't got no problem with that. It's just disingenuous because you wouldn't be making this call if he was talking about the women. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he made a whole bunch of posts, a whole bunch of comments about women. You didn't bother to call in then, but on this topic, you want to jump in on it. Seems like a kind of a weak position to me. That's like a man calling in soon as he want to talk about women. Oh yeah, let's talk about these women. It'll look real weak on a guy's side if he can't wait to you know team up against women. That just looks weak to a man. It looks weak to a woman. When a woman does it, and it's looking weak that she's doing it right now. And especially, and that's why he asked a very smart question. Do you even got a man? Why you want to talk about all of this? No, no. Uh, you know. Anyway, let's go in.
Okay.
I haven't been in a normal functional relationship since 2017.
What's
Surprise.
wrong with you?
Oh, there's
Mm,
nothing wrong with
good
me.
Of
question.
course there is.
I mean, well, yeah, but I admit my faults and things like that. But
Well,
um,
what are they?
I was like in the midst of pursuing my career, and he
What
just
career is
didn't.
that?
Well, back then at the time, it was modeling, being featured in like music videos and things like that.
Okay.
And he didn't understand a lot of those things.
What do you
Um,
mean he didn't understand? You took pictures and you sold your appearance for money.
I mean, right, but he was looking at it as like an aspect of like.
I mean, no shade, but she don't even really look that attractive to me to be getting in music video. I mean, what kind of music videos are these? I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm just saying she is about as basic as you can really like. If y'all see something more special and dramatic in her, put it in the comments. Apparently she got to work. Apparently she is doing these music videos, but I'm sure the assets is somewhere that I can't see right now. Maybe the assets is in the ass. Maybe I don't know, but I'm not seeing it from her face. That's all I'm saying. Let's go in.
Like, I'm dealing with these people when I wasn't. In actuality, I
What do
would
you
have
mean
them
dealing
like
with? What does that mean?
he would accuse me of just sleeping around with people in
How long are you
general.
guys together?
And it seemed like it's kind of a manly face. Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I just have a vision for these things. It just seems a little manly, like a little extra T is in the DNA. I don't know, but I see she got a tattoo too on her neck or whatever on her chest. That's always classy. But anyway, let's go back in. What does he do? Is the question that Kevin asks.
4 years.
So what's wrong with you?
Oh,
You
how
put up
long
with
they were
you're a
together?
model who says her boyfriend has a problem with you going to work.
I mean, his own insecurities, I guess.
But what's wrong with you to why you stay for 4 years? That'd be no different than an accountant. A woman having a problem with a man who's an accountant because he had a calculator.
Well, I put up with it for 4 years because I had faith in my relationship and I
You
was
have faith
trying
in
to.
your relationship.
Yeah.
So if an accountant, if a man was an accountant and his girlfriend got upset, he had a calculator. What is faith in a relationship going to change on the actual duties of the job?
Well, just from like his past, and I kind of understood why he would be feeling like that. So I kind of just, I like took his mind state of it, and then just ignored how I was.
I'm always asked this question. Because he had a rough time of it, you had to stay in a situation for 4 years, and there's nothing wrong with you.
I love hard.
I love hard.
Listen, boy, I know I shouldn't have came here. I'm back.
Um. Okay, there's nothing wrong with you. I wonder if something was wrong with you. Would you admit it? I haven't heard her admit anything yet. Um, and I think Kevin is picking up on the fact that she called in just to bash the men. So now he's trying to see what's her issue, since she's so quick to try to bash the men. What's wrong with you? Let's go in.
Stupid.
I mean, stupid in love, like Beyonce said, right? Crazy in love,
No,
stupid.
no, Beyonce is smart like a fox. She was with Jay-Z for 7 years. She decided to do what
I
she needed
mean,
to do
I was
without.
staying with
Look,
him. He had a nice big house, you
yeah,
know.
he still got that house too, don't he?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you got bad cell service.
No, I was going up some hills.
My point is, you ladies often want to come in and talk about the problems with the men when the problem you guys have with men is in the mirror.
I mean,
I just listened to what you said, ma'am, and gave it back to you in a way that you're not used to
but
packaging.
how is it my fault that I'm going out to work and I'm allowing you to come on set with me and we
How
go
is it
back
your fault?
home?
How is it your fault you decide to stay with a man who has a problem with your job for 4 years?
Well, he didn't understand back then, but he
How is
understands
it a
now.
problem that you?
He wants to
How
be
okay?
back.
It's dark where you are now. So how? Okay, fine. How is it a problem
I'm about to
that
get out.
you? How is it a problem that you, as a grown woman, stay in a relationship for 4 years? You need to stay in the car because you can't go and walk and do this.
Okay.
How is it how you stayed for 4 years?
Yeah, I did. But isn't that
So
like a
Why?
marriage? Right?
really, what part of the house do you own?
I'm just saying. I mean, what are you
No,
gonna
it's
want to give?
not.
It's
No,
not.
no.
It's not leading up towards a marriage.
It led up to exactly what it is. Nothing.
Well, yeah, because I chose for it to be nothing.
See, what I'm talking to is another woman.
You know, here's the thing. If you got a man of value, a high value man, she said he had a big house. It's harder to leave those dudes. It's just harder to leave a big, nice, comfortable house. She want to make it seem like she was there for him and she was crazy in love and all this other stuff. I'm gonna call BS. I think it was because he probably provided a lifestyle for her. Like she already seemed pretty, materialistic, whatever, on these video shoots. If he had a big house, a nice, comfortable home, and he created an atmosphere, when you got it like that, you can get away with a lot of stuff from a lot of women. Let that dude live in a one bedroom apartment. She would have been gone a long time ago. So I'm not buying the whole I was crazy in love and it was leading to marriage. Maybe it was trying to lead to marriage because I think she probably wanted to trap the dude. That's just my opinion. If I'm right about that, put it in the comments. If you think I'm wrong about that, put it in the comments. But I think she was just on a trap mission, and it ended up being 4 years of her life, and he wasn't biting, and he had this nice big house, and she wanted to try to trap him. She wanted to try to trap him, but he didn't fall for the bait, and they broke up. But I'm not buying the whole crazy in love BS because if he had less means, she would have been out a long time ago. Let's go back in.
Who refuses to look and take accountability for your own mindset about relationships. You spend four you
I think
you
I'm
spend
too
4 years.
submissive.
Have you had any therapy?
I don't really need. You know what? No, I haven't had therapy. You think I need therapy?
You say marijuana?
Do you think it makes sense to stay with somebody for 4 years who doesn't like your job?
Yeah, it makes sense to stay with somebody for 4 years if you're on a trap mission. She was on a trap mission to trap him into maybe having a baby, or maybe if not a baby, at least marriage. Some women get caught in trap missions. Now, Kevin is saying, "Oh, you stayed with this dude for 4 years. Why?" He continuing to question her and why she would do that. I'm not even sure if Kevin know that she was on a trap mission. He's just like, "Well, why didn't you leave a long time ago? If it was a normal dude, she would have left. But it's not a normal dude. It's a dude with a big, nice, comfortable house." And it's hard to walk away out of that big house and that comfortable setting. She she probably is a gold digger. I mean, if she's on video shoots and all of this, she can't help but to get caught up with the lifestyle of, uh, glamour and glitz. So, and this guy got a big house. She was on a trap mission. Again, I'm not sure if Kevin know that, but he's saying, "What was wrong with you for staying?" But let's go back in.
And then blame it on Beyonce being crazy in love?
Well, because I mean, I understood, that he didn't probably understand my job, and so I was trying to
He
give
didn't
him time.
understand your job. He didn't understand that a model gets paid for her appearance. A
No,
5-year-old understands that.
he was looking at it from a standpoint of
How old
men
is this man?
being around.
How many years older was he than you?
He's 2 years younger.
2 years younger.
Yeah.
2 years younger than her. Yes, she was on a trap mission. A easy trap mission. She wanted to trap this young dude. Let's see why.
24.
Yes.
And he has a big old house.
Yeah, because he's silver spoon fed.
And there you go. He's silver spoon fed with a big house. And he was younger. She was trying her best to, trap this dude. She wanted that silver spoon herself. Why do you stay so long? Because I'm on a mission. That's why. If he was an average dude and he wasn't silver spoon, I would have been gone a long time ago. That's really what she should just go ahead and admit. But if she was on a trap mission, let's go back in.
Family owns properties, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to be married one day?
Yeah, I do. That's
You want
what
children?
You know what? I'm gonna tell
Hold
you
on,
something.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me do this. You want children?
I do. I don't
All
have.
right.
I have none.
And you're 26.
Yeah,
How many children would you like to have?
as many as I can.
Mm-hmm. How many children?
Yeah, this guy, this young guy, he dodged some bullets. He managed not to have no kids with her, and he managed not to marry her. I'm thinking that probably his family was like, look, she a trap queen, all right? You need to watch yourself around her. She is a trap queen. You need to watch yourself. So I think his family probably put him on, and he's only 24, but I think he dodged a bullet with her. But let's go back in.
Would you like to have?
As many as I can.
How many children would you like to have?
5, 4 or 5.
So that means 4 or 5 children. That means you're going to have a man that makes enough money to provide for those.
Right.
All right. And how was the previous relationship you had and your current state going to set you up to be your wife to a man like that in the future?
Well, I've been fasting and I've been celibate all this year.
So
Don't be laughing at me because you think it's funny.
I'm asking you about a man, and you said I've been fasting.
And I've been celibate, Kevin.
But when I asked you about therapy, you I don't need it.
My therapy has been with fasting and with prayers. I don't know. I mean,
You can't make this shit up.
No, you can't.
you don't. I think it's. I mean, I've made a drastic turnaround, Kevin. I was wild as fuck.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm on a fasting mission, okay? I'm going to be fasting for the following week, okay? This week coming up. And what I determined is that fasting solve all your problems. It solve all your personal problems, all your psychological problems, all your monetary problems. All your problems is what fasting does. You'd be surprised. You're missing out. I mean, she gets it. I don't know if y'all get it, though. I don't know if y'all notice the sarcasm that's dripping off this microphone right now. But you should try fasting. You really should try it. It solves all your life problems. Let's go back in.
You can't make this shit up, people. Y'all have heard this. You think that a man who makes enough money to be able to support a wife and a family of 4 or 5 children should accept a woman who dealt with a man who was 2 years younger than her, silver spoon fed, because he was insecure about her job as a model. She's done no psychological self-improvement or therapy or anything like that. You just namaste, modeled, and you just not meditated and fasted and been celibate. And you think that's an adequate prize for a man who has those kind of resources.
So are you saying because I'm not sitting in a shrink's office that I'm not
You can't make it up, people.
okay?
I'm saying that you were the same person that decided to be with somebody for 4 years who had a problem with being a model. So you aren't qualified to say what you need to do to fix you.
But that wasn't my problem. That was his problem.
Of course not. Your problem was you stayed and accepted it, which is even worse.
Isn't that what love is?
No. See?
That wasn't love. Look, some people are going to say, oh, yeah, she was in love. She was in love. If the dude didn't have this silver spoon and this big house, her love really would have been tested. Her love really would have been tested. And nowadays, modern women, they wouldn't stick around for that. It wouldn't stick around. He had something that she wanted. She probably wanted babies from him. He didn't give her those. She probably wanted marriage from him. He didn't give her that. And she stuck around for that. So this whole, I don't know. It's just annoying me that she keep bringing up this love. I'm not buying it. The guy was 2 years younger than you. Not to say that you can't be in love with a guy younger than you, but you know, it just doesn't seem very sincere. I mean, if he didn't have all the stuff he had, she would not have stuck around. Let's go back in.
See, she's still not getting it. You made yourself the virtuous instead of the one that needs to be fixed.
Oh yeah, that's what they do.
You sound crazy.
I mean,
You were a model, and you said he was insecure.
That's what she
Because
do,
of
not
who
they.
he
But,
was. He's 24 years old. What? The world does not owe you understanding. Why are you dating an insecure 24-year-old?
well, it wasn't always like that in the beginning.
I'll stick with it. And it keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Instead of saying, you know what, I attracted somebody as broken as and jacked up as I am.
She can't admit that.
I feel like I've been taking the necessary steps though to better myself. I mean,
Okay.
I think fasting.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. But on the open dating market, you have not tested that. You're fasting and celibate. Take it out on the dating market and try to date a man of the caliber of which you're going to need to be able to have a man who's going to have a wife and 5 kids.
So what are you saying? I gotta go get help?
I'm saying you got to do it. I'm saying you got to do a damn thing. But I'm saying what you're doing has not worked. You were in charge. You were in charge of the last process. And I'm just trying to understand why you're that arrogant. To sit back, I don't need any help. Okay.
No, I didn't say that, Kevin.
Well,
I
don't think I need any. I don't think I need any therapy. I don't think I need any. Why? Why?
I mean, if you think I
Because
should go sit in front of
if she gets help, then first, here's the problem. She has to admit something is wrong first. It's hard for her to admit that anything is wrong. Why would you get help if you can't see the error in your ways? If somebody else can't tell you the errors of your ways, why would you seek help? You don't think nothing is wrong because can't nobody else tell you nothing, and you ain't even telling it to yourself. So you'll walk around not knowing something is wrong with you due to arrogance or due to, I hate that this word, is being so, popular now, but narcissistic, traits, that she may have. And that's how a lot of narcissists are. You can't really tell them nothing. And they'll always, put the blame on you instead of on them. That's just how they move. I'm not saying she's a narcissist, but I could see some traits. I'll be honest. Let's go back in.
But I'm saying, what you keep saying, see, what you keep doing, that's why I'm going this way. You're being passive aggressive and negative. You keep calling her to shrink. Is that a positive or a negative?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm being a little funny.
Because
Because you're judging by titles. You're not taking it. I mean, I thought that you can find peace anywhere. I thought that you're able to find that happy place anywhere. It doesn't have to be talking to someone in the office, I thought.
I don't care about finding a damn happy place. I care about you making better decisions.
Well, how about the guys are just shitty nowadays? How about that?
You don't want a hot box with the Godfather on this topic. I know too much. You can't make this shit up, people.
No, you can't make this up. And like I said, she cannot look in the mirror and cannot put any blame on herself. She has to turn it around. How about the men are shitty? How about that? She refused to look at herself. Those are some narcissistic traits. Now, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments. But if you think that I'm wrong about that, you probably don't know what narcissistic people do and how they act and how they move. But I see it. And it looks like she has some traits. Again, I'm not calling her narcissist, but I'm saying I see the traits. And somebody who can't admit things themselves or look in the mirror and self-correct and things like that, those, it's not looking good. Let's go back in.
Welcome to World Star.
No. How about we get down to the real
No. The real issue is women like you. Accountability is kryptonite, and you think you're being cute and funny, and you're really just making a fool of yourself.
Facts.
And I'm letting you do it.
No,
because this
I'm
is a valuable lesson.
Okay, no.
You keep talking about guys are shitty. How would you know? You've been fasting and celibate. How would you know anyway? You were the guy for 4 years and presumably not dating or screwing anybody else, right?
Right.
So how would you know what guys are like out here from a personal standpoint? How would you know?
I mean, after I broke up with him, I went to clubs. Okay, I'm telling you, I went to clubs, something that I never did when I was in a relationship for the first time. I went to bars. I saw how guys are like a little, I seen it.
A little what?
They're like...
Yeah, sometimes people just, they just say stuff just because it sound good. I went here, like she trying to make a case, and ain't nobody buying this. I went to bars, I went to clubs, and the guys was, you know what? Say the whole thing. Kevin wanted her to say the whole thing so he can get at her. Let's check it out.
All right. Like, I mean, they are just, their whole morals is just fucked up.
What do you mean? You went to clubs and a bar to find a husband?
No,
Whoa. You're going to judge all men based upon your shitty decisions?
Facts.
You went to clubs and bars looking for what? Diamonds?
Facts.
No, I went because it was just things that I never did before and I wanted to.
Right, but see how you put the accountability on the men at the clubs and bars who are looking to hook up because of your shitty choices?
Well, I didn't know they were like that.
Well, that's because you lack self-awareness. And this is what we've done in the world. We've allowed women like you to keep pointing at men as the problem when the problem is looking you dead in the face every day.
Facts, and more facts. It's easy to point the finger, even with men. It's easy for men to just point the finger at women and say all the problems are the women problems when they're not. And it's easy for women to point the finger at the men. All the problems are the men problems. No, they're not. At some point, you got to look in the mirror, take accountability, find out what you're doing wrong. Okay? Look, if you still single and you had so many exes, the common denominator is who? You. Don't matter if you're a man or a woman. And you need to start looking within yourself to find out at least what is a common issue that everybody had with me. What is a common issue? Okay? And start making some corrections on whatever that behavior is. But if you never get to a point of self-awareness and accountability, you'll never get there. You'll constantly be, pointing the finger at the men, thinking that all the issues in the world is because men problems. And I did the research. I went to a bar and a club. Really? You went to a bar and a club and you determined the whole other half of the sexes is all messed up because of your crappy decision making and your crappy market or processing or researching. You went to that makes zero sense to go to a club or a bar, and she should know that. She's in the industry. She should know that those ain't the best places to find good men. So why would you go there, and why, and more importantly, why would you judge all men based on that finding? Doesn't make sense. Let's let Kevin eat her up a little bit more.
Woman just came in here and said men are shitty, and you went to bars and clubs.
Okay, but I feel like you can meet someone anywhere and then they still be shitty,
See
right?
what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? This is what it is. Still won't sit back and say, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. Maybe it's on me. We have made it to
It
where
is on me.
no,
You're right.
no, it is no. We have made it to where women like you can hold men and just to shit on men's image, say anything about men. And I'm tired of hearing this shit from y'all.
Facts.
You have not put any accountability on your poor choices.
Do me a favor. Try and pay attention.
You know what? Okay, I do. I take accountability. I have made bad decisions with choosing
All right, now
men.
look now. You can tell by body language and the way her eyes is that she's saying the words, but she don't believe them. It's she's lying through this whole sentence. Okay, yeah, you know how kids would be, and they'd be like, oh yeah, I'll admit it. I get you just saying something just to get out of it. It's almost like you talking to your parent, like, okay, okay, whatever. That's how she's talking right now. That's why her eyes roll back. She don't believe the words that she's saying right now. She still don't get it. And that's, I mean, I don't know how simpler he could put it for. Look at Kevin's face. He like, is she lying to me right now? It don't look like she's telling the truth. That's what his look is right there. Does she even believe the words that's coming out of her own mouth? That's what he's thinking right there. That's what I'm thinking. Let's let her finish.
Um,
I want you to address why men are shitty.
well, because I feel like you can be completely faithful to a dude. You can show a man that, you're just like, just truly for him and want to plan a family and marriage and show him your devotion and whatever he needs, be his backbone. And it's
What does
like,
that have to do with the rest of men?
I'm not saying it's the rest of men. I'm just saying.
No, man. Yes, you are. You said men are shitty today. Men out here are shitty. See, the point is, you came in here saying that same thing about half of the other population based upon your messed up experience with one man.
But I'm not saying all men are shitty.
You do realize that we can see you lying, right?
I believe in love. I do.
You
That's
just
what you
said
said
men
it.
are shitty by
I said it,
implication.
okay.
You didn't say
not-
you didn't say my no. You didn't say my last man was shitty. Ma'am, this is recorded. You can't play games with me.
All right. Well, okay. My last man and the
That
other.
ain't what you said. You came out and said men are shitty, and I clarified. What do you mean men are shitty? Men out here are shitty today. And then I said, well, explain it. Well, I went to here and I went there, trying to make your men are shitty point work.
Right.
And then when I challenged it each and every place and made you accountable, then you have to retract and say, well, man, I'm judging all the men out here based upon my experience there. But the problem is y'all talk about men like they ain't shit these days.
A lot of blanketed statements go on with. I mean, that's just the thing that's going out. Men ain't this, men ain't that. That's just I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but and some men do it to women too. Women ain't this, women ain't that. It's the battle of the sexes really. So a lot of blanketed statements go to on both sides, and they couldn't be more wrong. I mean, I do believe in generalizing, but I don't believe, and I like you can't. Of course, there's going to be some nuance in every category. It's going to be some one-offs. Everybody's not going to apply to everything that you say, but I do believe in generalizations. But when she's saying that men are, then are you talking about some, or are you talking? If you're going to talk about some, just say some. Some men are, Some men at the club or at the bars can be shitty. Not even all of them, but some of them can be. But don't. And men shouldn't do that with women either. Shouldn't do that. Even though I believe in generalizations, I just think that she's really talking out of frustration right now because she just lost a good dude who had a big house, who probably had a lot of money because his family hooked him up, and now she's trying to find the same caliber guy that she lost, and she getting frustrated because that dude wasn't so easy to replace. And people do this. They get frustrated with something and then they just throw out blanketed statements. Oh, this, I don't like the dating scene. Men are crappy. Women are crappy. This, that, and the third. But yeah, Kevin is holding her feet to the fire. Let's go.
The problem is too many women think like you. What if we said women like you are shit?
I'm a great woman to a man.
So great that you're where?
I mean, you want to judge that?
I'm asking. If you're a great woman to a man,
I have a poor choice, probably.
No. If you're a great woman to a man,
yeah.
Where's the outcome to prove that?
Well, that's why I'm doing what I've been doing, and that's why I haven't been just giving my
You've
body.
been doing what you've been doing, fasting
and
celibate.
Yeah.
But you're a great woman to a man.
I told y'all that fasting, it solves all problems, all your psychological problems, all your financials. Okay, you become one. You just woo-sigh, and it just all your life, the aura just opens up, and you should try it. Y'all should try it.
Based upon what? Where's the outcome to prove that? See, y'all talk this shit.
I'm
a queen. I'm a deep. No, but you got no results to prove that.
I told you I'm very submissive.
That does not make you a great woman.
You gonna let me finish?
Hey, don't play that shit with me.
You're not mouthing off to me. Little Philly. You eyeball me, girl. Take you out to the woodshed.
Check where you are.
I'm just saying, I'm not a horrible girl. I
didn't say you're a horrible girl, but you said you're a great woman, and it just sounds. What are you doing that's so great? That's great means better than most.
Let me think. Okay, well, are we talking like my physical assets? Because I have all that. I don't need to go live with nobody.
See, what you need to understand is the problem.
Let me ask this to women out here, and I'm gonna let them continue. But let me ask this to the audience out here. Why do so many women, and I'm not gonna say all, I'm gonna just say some women, a generalization, think that all they really need is looks?
I don't know.
That is correct. Nobody knows.
Why do some women think that all they really need is looks, and that buys them the ticket to a whole new, better, upgraded life? All I need is looks. I don't need to cook. I don't need to clean. I don't need to cater. I don't need to be submissive. I don't need to create a safe place for my man. I don't need to be able, a good mother, someone to talk to, a best friend. I don't need to do none of that. I just need my weave, my makeup, my high heels, my, BBL, and my whole world would change. That's all I need. All I need to do is focus on my looks. I can have a stank attitude. I can get loud with you. I can do this. I can do that. Because once I have my looks, I'm a god in the physical. I'm a goddess in the physical, and you gotta worship me. Okay, you are a peasant. I don't care if you got more money than me. You are a peasant. You are paying to stay with me and and spend time with me. But me, I ain't got to do nothing for you. she went straight to the physical. That's why I'm asking this question. She went straight to the physical, saying, well, if you talking about physical assets, I got all of that. She didn't say nothing about her mind, I mean, she did say she was submissive, but, she don't even have self-awareness. So why is it that the first thing that women go to is their looks? Why do some think that that's all that they need? I'd be ecstatic if someone can answer that in a very detailed way. Let's go back in.
With so many modern women is you feel like you're better than you are. You lack humility. You've shown that here. You've come in and talk about men based upon your poor choice with one man. Talk about yourself and you pedestalize even you. What makes you a great woman? And you basically say, because I've been abstaining and fasting. That does not make a woman great.
I have my own place. I have my own car.
I would actually like to hear from women what does make a good woman. I would like to hear that. What do y'all think makes a good woman? I would like to see that in the comments too. Let's go back in.
That makes you an adult.
Okay. I'm not a gold digger.
That makes you normal.
I can't necessarily say I believe that. I think she is a trap queen, and the guy didn't fall for it. But she says she's not a gold digger. I mean, look, that's just an assumption. I'm not saying that I'm 100% right on that, but that's my gut talking, and it's saying that she is. I mean, look, she's a video vixen, right? You mean to tell me the glamour and glitz is not something that turns her on? I mean, you got to do the math sometimes. She can tell you anything. Oh, I'm not a gold digger. This is why she's trying to sell it so much. I'm not a gold digger. I just don't believe it. But I don't have to. But let's go back in.
See, what you have not said is a woman who's truly a great woman, they are in short supply and they get snapped up quickly.
Facts.
But see, the way you've constructed the world is the problem is outside of you. You don't need any real improvement. You just need to wait, and the world will bring the right man to you. You can be passive and expect. This is why I'm going to say women today think men are free. They think they require no effort, no work. You just got to be I pay my bills. I got a car. I'm in shape. I'm submissive. I'll challenge that. All right, then why ain't it working?
Right.
Because I meet fucked up guys, I guess. I don't know.
Well, sounds like someone's having a bad day.
Seriously. I mean, he did all of that preaching. This is the part that a lot of people don't really understand. Okay, they were very judgmental of Kevin. Okay, when he was alive, very judgmental of him. But look, you get into it. We almost 20 minutes into it, and he said all of that stuff. And what did she do? Circle back and blame the men again. Just when in doubt, blame them. When in doubt, blame them. It's because that's such an easy. That's like water going downhill. It's like finding its own level. It's just go down here. Just blame the men. That's the easiest path of resistance. Because what I can't do is I can't look in the mirror. I can't self-examine myself. So when in doubt, just blame them. I've been doing that all my life. Okay? I can't just stop doing that. That's habit now. And people were so hard on Kevin, but Kevin is like, I mean, look at his face. I did all that explaining, and for what? And then when he gets real deep down into it, he gotta talk. He gotta talk to him with more authority. He gotta talk to him with more sense. He gotta talk to him more stern. Okay, even if you tell a young child who don't know nothing, you know, how to use the bathroom or whatever. You know, if you keep explaining stuff, you're gonna start getting frustrated. Like, look, we went over this. I explained this to you before. And it's like talking to a child. She still ain't a child will probably pick it up before she will at this point. So then when he gets stern, you want to get mad at the messenger. But it's frustrating. It's just frustrating. He did all that explaining. Look at his face. He did all that explaining. And she still went back to her default, blame the men. It's bananas.
I don't know, Kevin. I'm telling you, it's for real. Like, I really don't know why. And you know what? I questioned it myself. Like, damn, why do I keep, like, what the fuck? Should
Double
I be
down.
like a fucking, like, an evil bitch or something? Or like what? Because I'm super genuine, like everything. And then it's like, I get the short end of the stick, and I don't get that.
You don't get it because you ain't looking at yourself. You ain't gonna never get it if you don't start looking at yourself. Not only is she not even paying attention to what he's saying, but she's doubling down. And it will frustrate me. I don't even know if I could keep my cool like Kevin is right now. Seriously? I told you all that. Now you're doubling down? Make it make sense. You can't make this stuff up.
I'll stick by the dude's side, you know. Like, I don't.
Cry me a fucking victim river.
Hey, I'm done crying too.
Oh, but guess what? You will have a shorter time frame just because of virtue of being a female.
Mm-hmm.
The things you want have a clock on it. So you can be done crying, but unless you plan on buying a dog and dying alone, you better get your attitude in check and get back in the game, because ain't nobody gonna come knock on your door and make you a wife and a mother of 5. How about that?
Mm.
All right, so
These are first world problems. Your attitude and ego is in line with most women, that I'm already good enough. I got a question for you, man. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I asked you about therapy 15 minutes ago, and you laughed at it because you think you're good enough already. But this has been 15 minutes of proving that what you're doing ain't good enough. What if everything you are today is not enough? No, don't talk about the men. What if everything you are today is cool, but
He even knew what she was gonna do. Don't tell me about the men. You done that all show. You blamed the men the entire show. Don't do that. Look into yourself. What are you gonna do?
it's not good enough, then what?
Okay. And you know what? I'm going to apologize about laughing and making the whole string comments, because it could be good. But see, my thing is,
Gaslighting. She's gaslighting. She's moving the goalposts. But let me give her a chance here. Let's go.
like, you know, how I deal with my problems is
I asked a question.
Mm.
What if you today are good but not good enough?
There's always time for, like, work for improvement, right?
Now, Tommy, I'm gonna be calm about this.
So you're saying that's a question? I mean, to who? Who am I not good enough?
See what I'm saying? See, guys, see what I'm saying? See, men are often told, you ain't this, you ain't that. And men have to go become good enough. Men have to become qualified.
Right.
And see, you ladies today believe you're as qualified as you need to be, and you don't have the outcomes to show it. And what I ask you is, what if today you are not good enough? If you are a C, but you need a B average to get into college, and your answer is, I'll just go to the college that takes the C, or I'll just say they're discriminating for not letting me in, instead of going to make yourself a B.
I don't mind making myself a B, Kevin.
But none of the things you talked about, no.
You can't make yourself a B if you don't know what you got to work on. How are you going to become a B? That means you need to improve in something. You don't even know what's wrong. And you don't even want to admit what's wrong. You don't even want to look internally to find something that's wrong. Okay, you're going to take your C and you're going to say, darn those colleges that, want to be, they should be picking me. It's all of these colleges out here. They standards is too high. That's what you're going to say. And I can't find no good colleges to go to. They should be picking me. What's wrong with them? But you ain't going to never look inside and say, I got to work on my math. Math is logic. I got to work on that. Otherwise, I'm not going to raise that grade up. You're never going to do that. Say that to yourself. You're going to forever blame the colleges. Let's go in.
Again, that's what you already are, and it's not good enough. This is why I've let this go on, because modern women today have been told they have to do nothing except exist.
Facts.
And that's good enough. James Ingram already told you, I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. I'm just listening to you, having a conversation with you based upon your life, your outcomes. And you have done one thing. I've meditated, I've fasted, and I've become celibate. That ain't good enough. What you did in your last relationship was with one knucker. That ain't good enough. To get the outcome you say you want, you're not doing anything other than what you're comfortable with. That ain't good enough. When you go out and talk to new people, they don't want to hear about how the last man did work. They want to hear.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to stop it. I'm just looking at her face, and I've seen this face before. And it looks like she's listening. It really does. It looks like she's listening. I don't think she hears a word he's saying. You can't really tell just by looking at her. She looks like she's attentive, listening, comprehending. I think I see the words coming out of her other ear. And why it's so hard to take advice and words from a male, or just period, it baffles my mind. Why can't you process this information? Why can't you process this information? The concept that he's talking about. Again, it looks like she's listening. I doubt if she is, though. I doubt if she might be hearing them, but she ain't listening. She ain't comprehending. And I don't think this is such a difficult concept to grasp. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe she's getting the whole thing. I don't know. Let's see.
Why you're good enough to become Mrs. So-and-so.
Right.
What you got for him?
Yeah, it looks like she was listening.
That's the point. If you don't know your competition, because if he can provide for you and meet your standards and have 4 or 5 children with you, that means he's an above average man at least. That means he's going to be in demand. You'll be competing with the women around him for him.
Right.
You ladies today lack humility. a sense of urgency. You think that men are free, that you're the prize, that all you have to do is be
Oh
cute
no,
and
I
fit.
don't mind putting in my work, Kevin.
But
With
the
a
work you're
man,
doing, but that's after you get them. You gotta get them. And the one,
I don't
and
mind
ma'am,
being manipulated.
I'm gonna leave this, ma'am. You were with a guy that was 2 years younger for 4 years. It didn't work. There's some trauma that was there. It's not been resolved. You've got some. I don't want to say. I'm not gonna say anger, but there's some real feeling behind that. You've not done any work to get any better. Because you keep calling men shit or not good or shitty out here based upon the last man. Don't nobody want to put up with this. This is
I
this is
would never
not
tell the next
this.
man that. I
You
give
don't have to,
I give
ma'am. You
every
don't. You
man a
think? Do
clean
you think men
slate.
are? No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Again, you can't make this stuff up.
I do.
They
I
they
don't go
think
into
women like her think men are so stupid to where they can't feel this energy.
Facts.
guys like my energy. I mean, from what I'm being told.
Okay. Liking your
And what are your results? How is that manifesting itself in marriage, even kids, even a relationship? How is that manifesting itself? If men really did like your energy and like things, you would have been snatched up. You'd have been drafted by now. But your ex didn't want to draft you.
energy for what though? What makes them shitty? Because they want to just hook up, hang out, or they trying to marry you?
I mean, they gotta like it. Because it ain't no.
You go into a club or to a bar, guys aren't going there to find wives. They're going there to have sex.
Facts.
So they'll like what you got because all it has to do is be just for one night.
Ass.
So you're not going to places where husbands go looking for wives because you're not a wife yet. That's the reality. You're not a wife. You're a girlfriend, a situationship for some time. And in order to become a wife, it takes work, especially a wife who wants 4 or 5 kids. Do you think it takes a work to become a husband that can provide for a wife with 4 or 5 kids? Or does it just happen to a man as he ages?
No, it goes both ways.
Yeah, but the problem is men out here doing the work. What work are you doing? And the extent of what you said you've done is fasted, become celibate. You haven't even done the work to look and see why this fall apart, why did I choose this, why did I do that, why this, why that. It's all been those guys. Everybody's outside. So that's why I'm letting this thing. Physical
work, but no mental work. She seems incapable. Like some might say meditation is mental work, but it's not. It's really, she hasn't really done no significant mental work, and I'm talking about differences in correction of behavior. There are no behavioral changes in her. So if she hasn't had any behavioral changes, then there is no mental work that has been done. There's no mental work that's been done, especially if you don't think the problem is you and you think it's everybody else. You don't even have an incentive to do any mental work. And it's clear to me that she hasn't done any mental work. And I would be interested to know how her situation was growing up, her relationship with her father. Is she a female of a single mother? I would like to know a lot of these questions. I don't know if Kevin is going to ask that or not, but it would kind of give a glimpse into who she is and how she was raised and how she look at men and why all men are the problem and not her, and why it's so hard for her to take accountability, things like that. But let's go back in.
It is what it is. You got to do work on yourself, man. You got to become qualified for the position you want. The job title you want, you're unqualified for. That's not an insult. Men have to see this all the time.
So you're not putting any blame on the men right now, right? Is my understanding.
I'm talking to one woman who's at a 4-year.
I'll tell you about that water. Just path of least resistance. You're not blaming any of the man, are you? That's the default. You can't go to the default. That's why I called in, because that was my default. I wanted to talk about crapping on men, and you trying to make this about me and my problems. Okay? What happened to why I called in, Kevin? My path of least resistance. I could talk to you about that all day. That's what you want to talk about. Let's go back.
Relationship. You're 26. You haven't had a shit ton of men. How can I blame? Why would I talk about what men have done when I'm talking to you about your situation? Why? Because that's what the world has done. They have softened the blow and made you, well, deflect, make it, no, it's about you. Because when you're out here being selected from, all you have is what you have to offer. Somebody,
I bet you if she got into if she really talked to a I will say a psychologist, but she might even need a psychiatrist. But I bet you if she got into that office and sat on that couch and got some good couch time, I bet you the things that she will reveal, tears will be coming down her eye. She will be sobbing at the end of that session. It's just a guess, and that's not even saying anything negative. I mean, it would be good to get a lot of that stuff out. But what I'm saying is she got so much behind those eyes that she need to work out. We have no idea. That's all I'm saying. Let's go in.
problem with what I say to women is not enough people tell you guys you're good, but you're not good enough. I'm a 10. I'm a 10. I'm a 10. That's why so many women think they're 10s a day.
Well, I don't have a big head like that.
I didn't say you did, but you understand the point. You came in saying men are shit. Men are shitty today. Men are shitty today. That's what started this awry. You talking about men based upon your interaction with one man, and you double,
But
triple,
don't a man have to give a woman a valuable reason to be that great woman like we're even talking about?
No.
Do a woman have to give a man that good reason? I mean, will you take responsibility for how we're built? Why do we got to take responsibility for how you're built? I mean, ain't everybody responsible for their own, outcome? Don't a man got to build a woman? Like, for real? We got to do all the work? We got to make ourselves double the man and a man among men, and then we got to build you as a woman too and make sure that you want to be a woman? Ain't nobody got time for that.
So a man don't have to give a woman a reason to want to be.
Well, are you a Christian?
I mean, I'm going off of your post. Didn't you?
You can't give yourself a reason to be a woman and be the best woman you can be? Why we got to do that? When in doubt, blame the man. Put everything on his shoulders. As a woman, I ain't got to do nothing. This is why this is why everybody's lost. It's just ridiculous.
No. Don't try to switch up things. I asked you a question. Are you a Christian or not? I'm just asking.
I mean, I do
Careful.
believe in God. Yeah, I've been baptized in a Christian church.
He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor with the Lord. The presupposition is she was a wife when she was found. A man must be qualified to be husband, but woman must already be wife.
And here's the thing. Back in the day, young girls were taught to be wives. Okay? When that Bible was written, young girls were taught to be wives. They knew how to, they were getting wife skills at puberty, pretty much, up until they got married. That's why she was expected to be a wife, because they were taught to be wives. They're still being taught to be wives in other countries and other continents. It's in America that they ain't taught to be wives no more. But you go to other countries, and trust me, I've been to other countries, so I know that they're teaching their girls to be wives, so that when the marriage time comes, they're ready. They're already ready. They're already made. Like, men gotta become men. You know, they gotta do rites of passage type stuff and prove their manhood and wrestle and hunt and stuff like that. But girls, they're taught by their elder women how to be wives in other countries. That's when our Bible was written, and that's a lost art in the West. We don't get women who are ready to be wives. We don't. They don't ever. A lot of time, I'm not gonna say all. I'm gonna say most are never prepared to be a wife in the West, especially in our community. So you can you wanna debate that, we can debate that, but let's go back in.
Ruth, Boaz, you've heard of Boaz, right? He hacked up on Ruth. Ruth was already prepared for Boaz to find. See, the way you and modern women have been told is a man will get you and marry your potential. You are feminine and submissive and cute right now. Then, after a man proves himself worthy and qualified, then you'll start becoming the woman you need to be. But you don't marry a man on his potential. You want him already in process.
Right.
So
no,
if you want
I
to,
come into situations being a great person.
okay.
Oh my God, I can't make this up, Kevin. I'm really telling you some real shit right now. I really do.
All right.
Again, if you don't know what you're supposed to work on, you cannot get better. She still don't get it. I told you, I don't think she's comprehending. She hear him, but she not listening. And it gets frustrating. Imagine having a lot of calls like this per day, per week. It will rise anybody's blood pressure, unfortunately. And it did with Kevin. Because you're trying to correct the culture, but you got so many lost souls out here. They just steal a part of your soul every time you try to explain this stuff to them. You know. That being said, let me go ahead and rank her. Check this out. And there you have it, the Kevin Samuels interview. Yo, she was a lot. She was a lot. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, man. I don't know where this mentality is coming from. But all that being said, let me judge her. I'm looking at her face, I will call her face about 5.5. As for her body, I'm sure she got a pretty good body because she's been in, some music videos, this, that, and the third, and she probably got some backyard back there. So I gave that a 7.5. As for her mentality, oh my goodness, I don't like people, not just women, but people who do not take accountability. It is a huge problem of mine. It screams narcissistic and all that. All that being said, I gave her mentality a 1.5. Okay. You can't sit up here not listening to Kevin, not taking accountability, not thinking anything is wrong with you, don't really think you need to see a therapist, and just blaming men, especially her, for all your problems. It's just, ridiculous. So that all that being said, for a total of 14.5 points. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Y'all let me know if y'all see her higher or lower than this. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Yo, this has been the weirdest night.
Who you talking to? You say what they want but can't. I say what you think but won't.